Hello students, this is the second part of chapter number 3, Fibre to Fabric. The first topic that we are going to study is silk. Silk fibers are also animal fibers. Silkworm spin the silk fibers. So this silk is produced from silkworm. So there is a term called sericulture. It is the rearing of silkworm, rearing of silkworms for obtaining silk. So the rearing of silkworms in order to obtain silk is called sericulture. Next, let's see life history of silk moth. At first, the female silk moth will lay eggs, and these eggs will hatch larvae, which are called caterpillar, or we can say silkworm, which is called caterpillar or silkworm. These caterpillars or silkworms will grow in size, and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history, it will call as pupa. This pupa first weaves a net to hold itself. Then it swings its head from side to side in the form of figure 8. During this movement of the head, the caterpillar secretes fiber made of a protein. It secretes a protein which hardens on exposure to air and becomes silk fiber. Soon the caterpillar completely covers itself by silk fibers and turns into pupa. This covering is known as cocoon. The further development of the pupa into moth continues inside this cocoon. Silk fibers are used for weaving silk cloth. We have to know that the soft silk yarn is very strong, which can be comparable as with thread of silk, which means it is very strong. And then the silk yarn, or we can say in simple language is thread, is obtained from the cocoon of the silk moth. There is a variety of silk moths which look very different from one another, and the silk yarn they yield is different in texture, that is coarse, smooth, shiny, etc. So let's take some example of silk. Tassar silk, Muga silk, Kosa silk. These are some examples of silk which obtained from cocoons spun by different types of moths. So the most common silk moth is the mulberry silk moth. Common silk moth is mulberry silk moth. The silk fiber from the cocoons of this moth is soft, lustrous, and elastic. And moreover, it can be dyed in different colors. Next, we can do an activity. In this activity, we can collect pieces of silk cloth of various types, and we can paste in our notebook or scrapbook. In order to find the different pieces of silk cloth, we can go to tailor's shop and we can collect the pieces of different types of silk cloths. With the help of the parents or elders, we can try to identify the different types of silk, such as mulberry silk, tassar silk, etc. Here we can also compare the texture of this silk with that of the artificial silk. This artificial silk contains the synthetic fiber. And we can also collect pictures of different moths whose caterpillars provide the various types of silk. We can do another activity. In this activity, we have to take an artificial or synthetic silk thread and a pure silk thread. We have to compare this artificial silk thread and pure silk thread by burning in fire. When we burn the artificial or synthetic silk thread and when we burn the pure silk thread, there will be different smell. In burning the pure silk thread, it will similar with the smell when we burn the wool. So burning the wool and burning pure silk thread will smell like burning a hair, which means these are the natural substance. Let's see how the silk is obtained from the silkworm, that is from cocoon to silk. For obtaining silk, we have to rear moths and their cocoons are collected to get silk thread. So in order to get the silk, the first step is the rearing silkworm. A female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. The eggs are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and it's sold to silkworm farmer. The silkworm fibers keeps these eggs under hygienic condition and under suitable condition of temperature and humidity. Hygienic condition which is suitable for temperature and humidity. And then these eggs are warm to a suitable temperature for the larva to hatch from eggs. This is normally done when mulberry leaves bear a fresh crops of leaves. Mulberry leaves, mulberry trees bear a fresh crop of leaves. Mulberry tree bear a fresh crop of leaves. The larvae, also called as caterpillars or silkworms, eat day and night. And increase enormously in size. That is, the size of the caterpillar or silkworm is increased. The larvae are kept in a clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. After 25 to 30 days, the caterpillar stop eating and move to a tiny chamber of bamboo in the tray to spin cocoons. And then small racks or twigs may be provided in the trays to which cocoons get attached. The caterpillar or silkworm spins the cocoon, inside which develop the silk moth. And next, let's see the processing of silk. Processing silk. A pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers. Cocoon is used for obtaining silk fibers. The cocoons are kept under the sun or in the boil or exposed to steam. The silk fibers separate out. This process of taking out threads from the cocoons for use as silk is called reeling of silk. Reeling the silk. It is the process of taking out threads from the cocoon for use as silk. This reeling is generally done in a special machine which unwind the threads or fibers of silk from the cocoon, and then silk fiber are then spun into silk threads which are woven into silk cloths by weaver. Next, let's see what we have learned. Silk comes from silkworms and wool is obtained from sheep, goat and yak. Hence, silk and wool are animal fibers. The hairs of camel, llama and alpaca are also processed to yield wool. In India, mostly sheep are reared for getting wool. Sheep hair is sheared off from the body, scored, sorted, dried, dyed, spun and woven to yield wool. Silkworms are caterpillars of silk moth. During their life cycle, the worms spin cocoons of silk fibers. Silk fibers are made of a protein. Silk fibers from cocoons are separated out and reeled into silk threads. Weavers weave silk threads into silk cloth. Here it comes the end of the chapter. Chapter number 3, Fibre to Fabric. Thank you all.